Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Are you encountering QuickBooks Error 6095 when trying to open your company file? This error belongs to the 6000 series and can prevent QuickBooks Desktop from accessing your company data. In many cases, the problem is related to a damaged company file, incorrect hosting settings, firewall restrictions, or problems with the network connection. Don't worry. In today's video, I'll explain what causes QuickBooks Error 6095 and show you several practical methods to fix it step by step. So, let's talk about what is QuickBooks Error 6095. QuickBooks Error 6095 generally appears when QuickBooks is unable to access or open a company file. You may see a message such as, "An error occurred when QuickBooks tried to access the company file. Please try again." The problem can occur when you're working in a multi-user environment, accessing a company file over a network, or restoring a backup from an external or shared location. Common causes include damaged company files, incorrect hosting settings, firewall restrictions, insufficient permissions, damaged network data or transaction log files, and network connectivity problems. Now let's look at the solutions. Solution 1. Configure firewall settings. First, check whether your Windows firewall is blocking QuickBooks from communicating across the network. Open the Windows Start menu and search for Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security. Select Inbound Rules, choose New Rule, and select Port. Make sure TCP is selected, then enter the ports required for your QuickBooks desktop version. The exact ports vary by version, so use the port information appropriate for your installation. Select Allow the connection, apply the appropriate network profiles, and give the rule a recognizable name, such as QB ports, followed by your QuickBooks year. Repeat the same process under Outbound Rules. Once finished, restart QuickBooks and try opening the company file again. Solution 2. Check QuickBooks hosting settings. Incorrect hosting settings can cause error 6095, especially when multiple computers access the same company file. Open QuickBooks on each workstation and go to File, then Utilities. If you see Stop Hosting Multi-User Access, select it. If you see Host Multi-User Access, don't change anything on that workstation. Repeat this check on all network computers. Next, go to the server computer and open QuickBooks with the company file. Go to File Utilities and make sure the hosting configuration is set correctly for the server. Incorrect hosting configurations can prevent workstations from communicating properly with the company file. Solution 3. Restore the backup from a local drive. If you're trying to restore a company backup from an external or network drive, move the backup file to your local computer first. Locate your QuickBooks.qbb backup file, right-click it, and select Copy. Paste the file into a folder on your local C:drive. Now open QuickBooks Desktop and select File Open or Restore Company. Choose Restore a Backup Copy, select Local Backup, and click Next. Browse to the backup file you copied to your local drive and select it. Choose a separate destination folder for the restored company file. Avoid restoring it directly over the original backup location. Complete the restoration and then try opening the restored company file. Solution 4. Run QuickBooks Database Server Manager. QuickBooks Tool Hub can also help identify network and database-related problems. Open QuickBooks Tool Hub and go to the Network Issues section. Select QuickBooks Database Server Manager. Choose your company file location or use the Browse option to locate it, and then click Start Scan. Allow the scan to finish. Once the process is complete, reopen QuickBooks and try accessing the company file. Solution 5. Close QuickBooks processes running in the background. Sometimes QuickBooks processes remain active in Windows and interfere with access to the company file. Log into the server computer as an administrator. Press Ctrl+Shift+Escape to open Task Manager. Go to the Users section and review the processes running for the connected users. End the relevant QuickBooks processes, but make sure you're not terminating unrelated Windows processes. After closing the QuickBooks processes, reopen the application and try accessing the company file in multi-user mode. Solution 6. Rename the .ND and .TLG files. Damaged network data and transaction log files can also contribute to 6000 series errors. First, open the folder containing your QuickBooks company file. Look for files with the same name as your company file and the extensions .ND and .TLG. For example, you may see files such as companyname.qbw, companyname.nd, companyname.tlg. Right-click the .nd file and choose Rename. Add .old to the end of the file name. Do the same for the .tlg file. QuickBooks can recreate these configuration files when you reopen the company file. Now launch QuickBooks again and check whether error 6095 has been resolved. Solution 7. Run QuickBooks as an administrator. Finally, make sure your Windows account has the permissions required to access the company file. Right-click the QuickBooks desktop icon and select Run as Administrator. If QuickBooks opens successfully, try accessing the company file again. Also make sure QuickBooks Desktop is updated to the latest version supported by your setup. So, in final words, QuickBooks Error 6095 can be frustrating, especially when you need immediate access to your company data. However, checking firewall settings, correcting hosting configuration, restoring backups locally, repairing network database settings, closing background QuickBooks processes, and renaming damaged .nd and .tlg files can often resolve the problem. Before making major changes to your company file, always keep a secure backup of your accounting data. If the error continues after trying these solutions, the issue may involve deeper company file corruption or network configuration problems. In that situation, professional QuickBooks assistants can help identify the underlying cause without putting your company data at unnecessary risk. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more QuickBooks troubleshooting guides.